Okay, so today we're in the road track to talk about diesel furnaces, or what some people call Chinese diesel heaters or parking heaters. This is a What Say You video. Very important, what say you? Because lots of people that have these heaters could really use your help. Specifically, what they could use your help with is the ticking sound these diesel furnaces make. If you have one of these, then you know the sound. And if you don't have one, once again, here's a sample of the sound. If you do a search, you will find lots of videos. I mean, we're not talking one or two, we're talking lots of videos on how people have tried to minimize or eliminate the annoying ticking sound. Yeah, it's noticeable. And being inside a relatively soundproof, well insulated, quiet space, yeah, it's noticeable. And oh, yeah, it's irritating to some of us. Even if it's not quiet. Like yesterday, I was out here, I had the diesel furnace running and it was pouring rain, and the raindrops are dropping and making sounds on the roof and on the pavement, and it's like, yeah, that's rain, but this isn't. This is a measured, repeated sound. And random sounds are something we can, you know, kind of get our head around, but that doink, 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 well, people have used it for torturing other people. So it is kind of torturous. The contraptions and the thought process that goes on to try and address this is something to marvel at. And so when I looked at it and said, oh, yeah, sure, well, this will be easy. I can solve this. No, it's not. It's not easy at all. Before we can really discuss what we're trying to do, which is what I always do in a design problem, is define what it is I'm trying to do. Then I start trying to figure out a way of doing it. So first thing, we need to know why that thing makes so much noise, why it makes the noise it makes, and identify why those things aren't effective. Once again, I got to repeat, your input here, what say you, is critically important, because the more heads and minds of different experiences, knowing different things about stuff, come to bear on this little issue, the better the solution is going to be. I can't do it alone. You can't do it. We need help. No matter what idea you have or what you think about the idea, please share it in a comment. There's no wrong answers. There's no stupid questions. There's just well-intended people trying to bring some help to solve a problem. I have a lot of experience with diesels, and this kind of runs parallel to that experience. Before I had the road track, I had 9 Mercedes diesel vehicles. The job of the little pump in these diesel furnaces is the same as the job of one of the pumps in a Mercedes diesel car, and that is to send a measured amount of fuel to the part that needs the fuel. Mercedes, it's the engine. In this case, it's the little burn chamber of the furnace that creates the heat to heat the air around it and blow it into the van and warm the van up. It's pumping fuel from a tank back over in the bathroom through the pump up to the heater. Each time it pumps and makes the noise it makes, it's sending a measured amount of fuel to that burner. The ticking noise is what we're after here. So that's what's happening. Well, how does the fuel get from the pump up over to the heater? And how does it get from the tank to the pump? A rigid fuel line like this is what's used to transfer the fuel from one place to the other. And what happens is that rigid fuel line acts like a transmitter of the noise the pump is making. So the pump's making the noise, but this fuel line is transmitting it through the air. The pump is too. So it's kind of a dual fold situation. If you think of it like plucking the string of a guitar and you pick the string, that initially makes a noise, but the more noticeable noise is the vibration of the guitar string, right? The air around it vibrates and the sound emanates out from the string, something that we can get our head around that's like what's going on with the pump, the rigid fuel line, and the noise that's being made. If we try to attach something to the rigid line to keep it from vibrating, and then attach that to, say, a wall or a cabinet or something like that, what happens is the wall become part of the problem, and they pick up those vibrations, and like a speaker or the hole in the guitar, they resonate that sound wherever they can, wherever air is available, that vibration continues. Now, the obvious solution is rich. Replace the pump that's making noise with a pump that doesn't make noise. Problem solved. And there is a man in Essex, England, that has done that, is doing that. He's made a virtually silent pump, but the problem is he's just one guy. He's making these on a workbench at his house, it looks like, or a shop, small workshop. And there are thousands of these heaters, hundreds of thousands of these heaters in service, in operation all over the world. One guy making pumps at his table. His solution looks great from what I've seen and read, but there are a lot of people that solution just isn't going to fly. What my thinking is, we need something for minimizing the noise of the pump that comes with the heaters. It won't eliminate the noise like his pump does, but maybe it can give people an effective strategy to install this pump using some kind of easily accessible, available materials to reduce the sound to something less noticeable, less distracting, less irritating. That's my thought here. And yes, I've tried a variety of different things. Yes, some have been more effective than others, but with all the things I've done, I haven't looked at them and said, now there's something anyone can use to quiet their pump. The materials are available, it's easy to do, and it's easy to understand. That's what I've got in this video. What say you? No matter what you think or what you have to say, leave a comment, because in that creative space that we're operating in, people are going to drop hints or have clues as to how to solve this problem that we have. It's not insurmountable, because I think we've set our target at a reasonable level. We're not trying to silence this pump, because that might be almost impossible given physics and sound waves and that kind of thing. What we're trying to do is minimize its effect on us. I hope this generates some curiosity on your part. Maybe it gives you a better understanding of how these things work and why they make the noises they make. And definitely, I hope it generates some comments. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it might help somebody else, then share it with them. If you'd like to get more content like this, then subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll be notified when the content gets posted. And as always, comment, please comment as you see fit. Till the next video, see you later. It's nice and sunny here today for a while. I'm going to go out and enjoy it.